In the last few days, I don't know. I had an epiphany, or not an epiphany. I just had an idea, like a thought. No,
Oh
no, Pete,
Jesus!
calm down, calm down.
Now we're
I
gonna
didn't
get
have
it.
an epiphany. I just had like a hypothetical idea. If you were stranded on an island and you there was like someone else with you, do you think like would you get along with that person? Like honestly, honest to God, do you think you would get along, or would you like? And like the thing is, like me and you, if we were stranded on an island, I think we would get our stuff together. We would be like, okay, we're kind of stuck here. We're left for dead. You know, we're gonna die soon if we don't do something. So we're probably gonna like look for water, look for like a food source. We'll probably find some shelter. We'll be on the same page, right? But like, what if you were dealing with
Hmm.
like some like hysterical person, someone who's like losing their mind already? You know, would you like what would you do? Or
So if I were on an island stuck with a person slowly
not even
collapsing
slowly
into
collapsing, just
insanity.
like they're not like
Oh, so the collapse isn't slow.
no, they're
Okay.
just like they're like
That makes a big
whining, they're
difference.
complaining, they're like I need food. It's like, dude, we're kind of like dying now. Can you calm down for a second? You know, so yeah, someone who not necessarily lost their mind, but they're just like they don't really appreciate the severity of the situation. They're just kind of like they're just kind of whining and complaining. Like, how would you deal with that person? I don't even know what I do.
Uh, can I just ask before I answer where the hell you got this? This not epiphany,
It's
but
not an
where this
epiphany.
this
That was the
thought
wrong
came to
word.
you
That was the
from?
wrong word. It was an idea.
Why did this come to you on a random
No, no, no.
Tuesday?
So there was like this anime that like released this year. I don't think it released recently, and it's about like four like high school girls getting like stranded on an island, and one of them is actually like a survivalist, and the other three are just generic like high school girls. And I'm just like it's average at best, the anime, but the point is, you know, these girls don't really understand like the magnitude. Like the survivalist is like hunting like bugs and stuff so they can have food to eat, and they're like, ew, this is disgusting. I'm like, do you realize the situation you're in? Like you get it. It's like you're basically gonna die if you don't survive, and they're just complaining that like, oh, this is gross. Oh, I'm hot. Oh, woe is me. And I'm just like, you realize you're gonna die soon. So I was just like, what if that
Hmm.
happened to me? What if I was stranded on an island and I was stranded with some idiot who was like not really grasping the situation? Like, ew, this water is dirty. I'm like, okay, okay, so what?
I could tell you the super drastic thing to
Kill him?
do. Cannibalism.
No, no, I don't. I'd rather die
No,
than be a
that's awful.
cannibal
That's awful. Um,
because,
yeah,
like,
but I don't know what you would do in that situation because I've never been in that situation. So how could I possibly give you any semblance of a good opinion?
what if? How about this? What if you were stuck on planet Earth alone with only one other person and you hate that person? Like, what would you
Well,
do?
on the bright side, there's plenty of Earth to distance myself from that
But
person.
like,
If I don't like a person, there's not a chance in hell I'm gonna be around them
what if
at
you're
all.
stuck in the same room as them? What if it's a
Well, okay, but we're the last people on Earth, but yet we can't figure out how to get out of this room.
no,
Can you
no, no,
just see the flaw in your
change
scenario
the
right now?
scenario. So you're stuck in a room with someone and you hate that someone, and there's no like, you can't see any exits or anything. You're stranded in not stranded. You're trapped in a room, and the only source of company is someone you genuinely hate. Would you like?
Well, personally, I don't really hate people,
He'll
you know.
he'll make you
Even,
hate him. Like you'll spend 5 minutes talking to him, and you'll be like, okay, this guy's like lost his mind.
I don't know how to hate people. You know, I mean, people will literally be awful to me, and I'll just be like, okay, because I don't dwell on that stuff. You know, to me, it's just a waste of emotional energy and just my thoughts. I feel like I can be way more efficient with my life if I can just focus on things that
No,
actually
no, no. I
matter.
get that. I
And
get
so
that.
if I,
But this is like an extreme situation where you're stuck in a room with this person. Like there is no running away. This person is with you until one of you die. And do you like work together? Do you like say, "Hey man, let's try and get out
hmm,
of here. Let's try and think of something." or would you like
Yeah, I would absolutely try to figure out how to get out of
what
there.
it
Because in the end, even if I quote unquote hate this person, I'm gonna still play to their need and want to get out of the room as well. So I will be unselfish for selfish reasons,
okay. No,
if it makes
all
sense.
right.
I mean, think about it. We're both it's both in our tech. It is in both of our interests to get out of this room. So if I don't like this person, then I'll just literally look at it as okay. The only way I'm gonna get out of this room is if I just figure out a way to um, leave all my BS behind and stop thinking about why I hate this person so much, and we can just work towards a common goal regardless.
Okay.
And once that is done, then I'm rid of that person forever and don't have to think about him again.
All
And
right. Fair enough.
I feel like a lot of people do that in regular life also,
I
no matter
feel
what.
like I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Is the majority of people like sane or crazy? I don't know.
Oh,
Like
that's
like
interesting.
like in time of crisis, not like in general. In general, bless you. In general, people don't really have an
Cough.
excuse to be crazy. But like if you were like stuck in like like in the middle of the desert or on a tropical island in the middle of nowhere, now the circumstances have changed, and would they be crazy? Would they like lose it, or would they keep their civility?
On a tropical
Not
paradise?
paradise,
Hmm.
Pete. You're stranded on an island, Pete. There's no resort on the other side. You're just stuck in like a jungle forest.
No, I mean, you just have to figure out how to get off the island. So same thing. No matter how much I hate this person, I'm gonna still figure out how we can both survive and get off
Would
the island.
you, if for would you really try to get off of the island, or would you try to just survive as long as you can, wait for like a boat or something, like to see something?
No, I would try
But
to get
like,
off
where
because
would you
if you
go?
spend all your time, well, I don't
You're gonna
know. We live on a planet that has land mass practically covering it from north to south in every direction. So no matter which way I'll go, I'll probably end up hitting something eventually. If I'm traveling in one direction, east for instance, I will end up hitting land most likely.
Yeah, but like, what if you're on a Japanese island and east is America? So that's kind of a long journey, Pete, to take on your little.
I'm gonna bring a lot of berries and a lot of plants with me and just try to ration as much as
All
possible.
right, Pete. Good luck with that.
No, really, that's how I would do it. Because look, if you expect to be saved, in my opinion, then you've already given up.
No, you're surviving as long as you can. You're still surviving. You
I,
like giving up is just finding the highest mountain and, you know, doing something. I saw the film. I saw the film
No.
with Tom Hanks. The
Was he Castaway?
Yeah, I think so.
I've never watched that movie, but I personally wouldn't wait around for someone. I would literally just take it into my own hands and go out there and I'd rather I'd rather die at sea looking to save myself rather than die on the island waiting for someone to save me
All right.
and surviving and all that. Because then, at least doing the former, I'd have, like I said, taken it into my own hands, put my own destiny in my own hands, and that's more fulfilling to me.
More
So you
fulfilling.
can you can take your high mountains and stranded islands and hateful people and just shove them.
All right, Pete. So, in a time of crisis, you'll just try and try and make it.
Exactly.
All right.
I'm still curious why you thought of this.
No, because like if I was like in a like crisis situation, I wouldn't be like picky. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm eating a bug now. It's like, well, it's either this or I die of starvation. It's like it's either like maybe muddy water or dying. Which would you pick? And obviously, I would like pick the one that I have a chance at survival.